It's holiday break. For many parents, that means a scramble to book coding camps, sports clinics, and classes to fill every single open slot. The drive to do this comes from a good place. We love our kids, and we know the future is demanding. Giving them a competitive edge feels like it requires keeping them constantly engaged. But there is a direct trade-off at play. Every hour an adult schedules for a child is an hour that child loses the chance to figure out what to do next. We are removing their opportunity to make a decision. This constant structure has a cost. Instead of learning to direct their own attention, kids are trained to sit back and wait for an external set of instructions before acting. When that schedule is suddenly pulled away, a vacuum opens up. The child is paralyzed, complaining they're bored, and unable to entertain themselves without a prompt. By relentlessly structuring their days, we think we're building a capable adult. In reality, we are constructing a highly compliant child who fears unstructured time. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the brain's doing mode, a biological system called executive function. This is the neurological machinery required to navigate active tasks. Think of an air traffic control system managing information, filtering distractions, and prioritizing goals. It uses working memory, mental flexibility, and self-control. But when parents act as external controllers in a scheduled life, the child's internal routing system is left with nothing to do. Executive function can only strengthen if it is forced to carry the load. Development requires a deliberate, gradual decrease in adult supervision. A child will never learn to fly the plane independently if the parent refuses to hand over the controls. That covers the active tasks, but there is a hidden half to how our brains develop, a second state called the default mode network, or the becoming mode. This network is a mandatory background update, activating only when the brain is untasked. This incubation effect forms remote associations, bridging previously unrelated ideas. But hand a bored child a screen, the brain registers a task, aborts the update, and snaps back into doing mode. While deep sleep is used to clear out the memory inbox, the default mode network is what connects the dots of those memories during our waking hours. Boredom acts as a strict biological prerequisite for independent creative thought. Successfully preparing a child for the future requires active subtraction. We have to clear the schedule to make room for the capability we want to build. The first step is to silence the external inputs. This means removing digital devices to enforce true cognitive rest. To jumpstart the default mode network, use an incubation protocol. Provide the child with a single, undemanding physical task, something simple, rhythmic, and repetitive. Then comes the hardest step. You must physically step away and allow the child to experience the acute discomfort of being bored. As the child pushes through that friction, the brain is forced to generate its own internal stimulation. This is what strengthens the neural pathways dedicated to independent action. The child who is permitted to suffer through boredom today becomes the adult capable of solving the complex problems no one else can see tomorrow.